Continuing with the functionalist perspective, we are looking at the intellectual roots, and here we move on to intellectual roots which are being traced to Radcliffe Brown and Malinowski. And these two anthropologists adopted Durkheim's approach to the analysis of societies. Malinowski was the first to use the term functionalism for this type of analysis. This is more like an analysis at the micro level. So there is a link between Malinowski's works and modern functionalism in sociology. And the link is like this, that Talcott Parsons happened to be a student of Malinowski. So he studied under Malinowski at the London School of Economics. That's how the connection comes with the, let's say, functionalism with respect to its roots, which we are tracing to European continent. So Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown's level of analysis differed. With respect to when we look at Malinowski's analysis, we see that it is concerned with psychological needs and functions. Needs and functions. Okay, so we look at that, and Malinowski believed all societies developed ways to fulfill their needs as well as their functions. Radcliffe Brown focused on sociological ones. So Malinowski focused on psychological needs and functions, whereas Radcliffe Brown focused on sociological ones, the functions of institutions in the social system. So we can look at some of the, let's say, important medical rights. So when we look at those medical rights, for Malinowski, magic was used more in open sea fishing than in inland fishing because the individual's feelings of danger and security on the open sea. So magic rights played a function, and that function was to, let's say, overcome the dangers which people might be facing when they are fishing in the sea rather than, let's say, over land. So magic both developed and functioned to reduce these feelings. So it was created and it was created and it continues because it played a function. It played a role. It was considered as functional or useful for the, let's say, ongoing system of the society. Radcliffe Brown treated magic in terms of social functions. Societies define what is dangerous and threatening. Well, on the sea, perhaps there is no society, people are fishing, so they might be looking into from the angle of the psychology or psychological perspective. So he is looking at from a different angle. So societies define what is dangerous and what is threatening, and then how to, let's say, manage that danger, how to overcome that danger, how to overcome that threatening kind of situation. Individuals are taught by society to have appropriate responses to these situations. So what magical rights, वो जादू के कौन से कर्तव्य हों किए जाएंगे which might help in overcoming those dangerous situations. So magical rights exist to maintain an order in the society, smooth functioning in the society, to reduce the danger, to let's say, overcome the threatening situations. And what is a threatening situation? This is again defined by the society. So for maintaining an orderly society, these magical rights function, which is at the society's level as well as at the society level or the institutional level or the system level. These may not work at the individual level. So the individual being part of the society is likely to, let's say, operate on those magical rights to be integrated in the society. So when Parsons developed his functionalist framework, he borrowed more heavily from Radcliffe Brown. So Radcliffe Brown emphasized social needs and social relationships more than Malinowski, because his emphasis was a little different. So we see that although modern functionalism has roots in the works of Cont, Spencer, and Pareto, and is also indebted to Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown, but then Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown were influenced by Durkheim, and in a way we could say that Parsons is indebted to, let's say, Durkheim, or Parsons was influenced by the approaches followed by Durkheim. So that is how the functionalist perspective has roots way in the, let's say, these big, let's say, names in sociology.